Greetings and welcome to PinballHelp. Today is another interesting video sequence. Oh, by the way, Mike here. This is a game that I just picked up the other day. Just unloaded it from my car, and I thought that I would just show you as I got it, as I've been taking a quick look at it. Interesting story about this game. I got a call. I'm getting a little bit of a reputation around the area as, the pinball guy, so when people hear about a pinball machine here or there, word travels, I get called up. So this guy calls me and he says, there's this pinball machine in my garage. My brother was working on it and he just never finished it, never had any time to. And anyway, they're going to demo this garage. Come pick it up. And I said, well, what game is it? He says, Lost World. And I'm like, oh, that old Bally game, the one with the cool artwork that looks like Paragon, with that guy with the axe on the front. Like, yeah, is it complete? Is it, blah, blah, blah. Well, he didn't have a whole lot of information, so I was sure, I'll go. So I go down there, and it's not Lost World. It's Escape from the Lost World. Check it out. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've heard of this game, but I've never seen it before. Never seen it, never played it. It's apparently a very low production, supposedly 1,500 of them were made. It's one of the last games that Bally made before they merged with Williams. And the more I read about it, the more I was like, interesting. So this seems like a very, very cool game. I am really excited to pick this thing up. I'm super excited to try to get it working because one of my favorite kinds of pinball machines is anything funky, anything weird. If it was hated by a large amount of people, I'm that much more curious about it. I really liked the designers that pushed the limits of what they could do with pinball. I don't really have this puritanical idea that this is only pinball and it can't have this and it can't have that. Now, I like the experimentation. Now, there's some stuff that I think people have experimented with that was horrible failures, but I love it. I love it when designers step out, and this game is a pretty interesting game. So let's take a look at it. I've never played the game before. I'm not really even that familiar with this architecture. We've only got, I think, one other game using this architecture, and it really hasn't broken down much, so I haven't had much to do much repair on it. So anyway, I pulled this thing out of the garage. It looks like it appeared like it was complete. The lockdown bar was missing. I had to go looking through the garage until I found it. You can see it's pretty rusted. I assume that the stainless steel, this should come off. This is the good old Louisiana heat and humidity that did a number on this. So you can see the bar and the lockdown bar and the side rails are pretty grunched up. I took a sponge and I kind of went over part of the glass, but I didn't even clean it up all the way. So let's take a look. One of the things you'll notice about this game is, check this out. This had artwork on the Playfield glass, on the underside of the glass. So it created a kind of a 3D effect. It was pretty neat. And let's see. Let me go clean this sponge. You take a look at that Playfield. I'll be right back. Okay, back cleaning the sponge. So, pretty neat. I mean, this thing is filthy, but a pretty cool Playfield, I think. It's like a 3D Playfield. So let's get a little closer look at it. So there's a lot of depth there, and you've got this molded apron, so it looks like it's a mountain. You've got really unusual kind of. There's actually no outlanes over here. It's really weird. Maybe there is. I don't know. And you've got these upper rails, and the ball can go up through here into the second level Playfield, and then there's a ramp that goes up here, then it comes down to this. One of the things I realized is there's something there's something missing. Oh yeah, there's something missing up here. There's so you've got this. There's supposed to be a flipper right here, and there's a called the Golden Bridge. It's like a ramp that goes across here, so that the ball gets shot across to the upper playfield. But there's no edges on the ramp, so if you don't hit it right, it can fly off and hit other things. So a little bit of reading on this game shows that not a lot of people have played it. Some people really like it, some people don't, but everybody says that it's a very interesting game, and the playfield looks like it's in really good condition. I think it'll clean up pretty good. So let's shall we take another look at the game? Here's the back box. The key is with it. Another interesting thing about this game is I looked up the serial number, and this is the earliest recorded serial number on file. So this may have been a European import. I haven't looked enough to find out for sure. But it is the earliest known instance of the game documented at IPSMD. One light bulb to light the whole back glass, and then these flashers strategically located around to indicate different things. You've got your MPU board here. I pulled the battery off of it up here right away. That's one of the first things I wanted to do. I haven't tried to plug this thing in. Only other thing I noticed is the power cord's been cut. So that's kind of disconcerting. Don't know why the power cord was actually cut. So let's take a look inside. I have not looked inside the machine, so I don't even know what's in there. Let's see if I can get this glass off. See, there's this neat silk. I guess it's a sticker. I don't know what, but obviously special piece of glass for this thing. It's kind of cool. See? Okay. It's a little better look at the play field. I think this will clean up really nice. There's not a whole lot of wear anywhere around any of the inserts. This looks like this is, oh, that's where the ramp, there's a ramp that goes across here. Let me see. So there's a ramp that goes right across here. It's called like the Golden Bridge. So when the ball comes out here, this looks kind of weird the way this thing is. It's very unusual. It's got an Orbiter 1 kind of feel to it with these weird molded plastics, and the ball goes all over the place. It really is a true 3D kind of playfield. So the ball goes in here, kicks up here, and I guess it just rolls, could possibly just roll right off down there. A very neat looking layout for sure. Very interesting. There's a lot of really interesting mechanisms in here. This is gonna be a fun game to poke around with. A lot of unique parts. Nothing really seems to be broken that I can tell, although I don't know. We're missing this ramp that goes across here, so that's going to need to be found. And there's a flipper assembly here that I noticed from some research. It looks complete. Should be a fun game to try to restore. This is odd. There's these posts right down here. Let me show you. I don't know if that's original. Take a look at that. In between the flippers, there are these posts right here. Why would that be there? Interesting, huh? Are those stock. Right. It looks like there's a couple of other holes. I wonder if this is an early game that they experimented with different things on. Was the game that hard that they needed these posts in between the flippers? Very odd. Never seen that. And there's two more holes a little further down. I'll have to do a little bit of research. If anybody knows. Oh, just look at the ball comes out here and badook. It's just a very interesting layout. It's going to be fun trying to get this working. So this is where I'm at. My first step is going to be to scrounge up the obvious parts that I see that are missing, and then clean the game up and see what we can do. Look at this. So this goes up in here, and then there's a subway down here. So it goes up and then it goes down. Where does that come back up at? Interesting. I mean, there's like multiple layers. You've got this little treasure thing. A door opens up here. Then there's another little thing. This thing shoots. Oh, see, I'm talking and the thing's pointing up there. I'm really a bad camera guy. I'm sorry. This is going to be a really crappy video, but little hole up in here. So anyway, a pretty interesting pickup. I have no idea if the game is going to work. I noticed that the power cord was cut. So it's going to take a little bit of work there, just trying to see if we can get this thing working. But this looks like a fun, neat game. So funny how these things kind of just, you stumble upon these things. I thought this was a lost world. There was over 10,000 lost worlds made. There was only a little bit over 1,000 of these made. So this will be a really cool game if we can get it working. And have you seen one of these? What's your thought on the game? Let me know. I'll post more as work continues on this and I figure out a little bit more, figure out how to possibly pull the Playfield up. So anyway, first look, a Bally Escape from the Lost World, I believe like a 1986 or 87 game. Low production, cool old game. And hopefully there'll be some more videos showing the progress of this. Thanks for watching. For more, visit pinballhelp.com.